Hi, and welcome to our second video of the day. In this video, I'm just going to take a minute to show you how to enter answers into XYZ. So I'm going to scroll down to our first homework assignment. So I'm in Unit 1 in 0.1, 0.2, Simplifying Fractions and Operations with Fractions. So I click on there. From the last video, you know that if you open this here, it's going to open up a series of videos, and I highly recommend that you watch some of these videos before starting in on the homework. Let me get back to our homework. Now I'm going to start in, and I am going to skip ahead. There's certain ones that I want to look at with you. So I'm going to go to number 4. Okay, this one says factor 20 into a product of primes. So let me get my app here so I can write. So we're going to factor 20, oops, it's kind of wavy there, into a product of primes. So when I think of 20, I think of 4 times 5. But that is not a product of primes, because you'll remember that prime means that the only factors are that number in itself. And 4 definitely has factors. So we can break 4 down into 2 times 2. So what that means is we have 20 is equal to 2 times 2 times 5. All right, so that will be my solution. Let's go back and look at XYZ. So if we look at the answer, at the advice they give us for entering our answer, it tells us that we should raise primes to a power. So for example, 12, we would enter 2 to the second power times 3 instead of 2 times 2 times 3. So our answer is 2 times 2 times 5, so we need to enter that. And you'll notice that when you click on that, a yellow key comes up. So let's look at what that means. So I'm going to be raising something to a power. And I can see that when I click on that arrow, I get Math Quill, which is a special keypad. So I'm going to enter 2. Then I'm going to hit this, and it's going to be a power. And so I had 2 times 2, so that means I have 2 to the second power. But then I want to make sure that I get out of that, because I don't want to keep typing in my exponent. And now I need to do multiplication. And if you look, it is that star key along your keypad. So if you're using a normal keyboard, I'm using my iPad, it's what is above number 8. So I'm going to click on that. That's my multiplication. And now I'm going to click on 5 because we had 2 times 2 times 5. I'm going to hit save, and you'll see it has it written in there for me. You'll also see the preview button. And if you look at how they have it typed, they have it to what I refer to as the caret key, and that can be found on number 6 along your keyboard. And then they have the 2. And that caret key is a shorthand way of being able to do an exponent. And so now let's hit submit and see if we got our answer right. And we did. All right, so we are going to do number 5 also. But I'm going to purposely get number 5 wrong. So let me enter a very obvious wrong answer. So it tells me to reduce that fraction, and I'm going to put 0 and submit, and it's wrong. So I'm going to hit 1 and submit, and it is also wrong. I'm going to do it again and get it wrong a third time. Now notice they have now given me the answer. But if I want to be able to redo this problem and get it right, I just need to click on right above it says try another similar question. So I'm going to click on that, and I get a new question. So this time I have 12 over 24. So let's go back and work through this. I'm going to get a new one. So we're going to do 12 over 24. And we need to reduce this. So we're going to look for common factors. Well, when I think of 12, sometimes I think of 6 times 2. So I'm going to do 6 times 2. And then 24, let's see. 24 is 6 times 4. Oops. Alright, so then my common factors of 6 would cancel out and I'm left with 2 over 4. But I'm not done yet. So I could reduce 4 to 2 times 2. And then the 2's would cancel out and I'm left with, in my numerator up top there, a 1, and in my denominator a 2. So my answer is going to be 1/2. So now let's go back to XYZ and type in 1/2. Now we could use the yellow character to bring up MathQuill to do our fraction, but we don't have to. We could just start typing and we could do 1 and then that slash key 2. And you'll notice, look at the preview and it shows us what the computer's reading. And then we can hit submit and we have it right. So we have our green arrow there. Now remember, this is the one I got wrong 3 times and then they told me the answer, but I tried a similar question and now I have it right. So I hope that helps you get started on your homework. As needed, I will create more videos to help make sure navigating XYZ is as simple as possible. And if you have any questions, just please email me.